Good morning, Kansas Farm Life. Today we're going to do a little bit of maintenance on the Toro Timecutter. This is a 42-inch, 2-blade, the V-twin 2200 engine. We're going to do change the oil, air filter, oil filter, fuel filter, spark plugs on that. But this video here is going to be about taking the mower deck off because I know that the blades on there need to be sharpened. So this one seems to be fairly easy. Disconnect a couple of pins and take the belt off and it should slide right out. So if you want to see a professional do it, go ahead and check out the Toro website. But if you want to see how people who do it in a barn, got horses, cows are out, the crew right there, and you probably hear chickens in the background. We'll see how the trials and tribulations go. I've never done this before, so I'm going to get set up and we'll turn this camera back on. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and get started on this. First thing I want to do is remove the key from this. We have it on a flat surface and we've got the deck all the way down on the ground, and I believe to remove this we're gonna remove this pin right here, and then there's that pin in the front, and then there's one on the other side, and I'll take you around to that side. And then I'm hoping that once we get it off, it'll lean back a little bit this way so we can get the belt off. Otherwise, got to take this off, and there's a spring we got to detension to get the belt off. But I'm hoping just sliding it back enough will do the trick, and then we'll worry about getting the belt on later. We'll put it back together. All right, I'm gonna get some tools. We'll be right back. All right, let's see how it works here. Probably don't even need pliers. There we go. Okay, there we go. Here's that one. I think we're just gonna stick this back on here so we don't lose it. All right, there's that one. Let's head over to the other side. Okay. I'm hoping I'm doing the right one. Looks to be about right. This one here, over here. So I'll stick this back on here so I won't lose it. Maybe. There is an adjustment to this. I'll mess with that. Okay, I'm hoping I can go back. Push that back enough. And then I think we can go back here to the back. I don't know if we'll be able to see back in here or not. But there's the belt. Okay, I'll just leave this right here if I don't short anything out. Let's see if I can get it out of here. Okay. Okay, that's off. And we should be able to slide this right out. Should be able to slide it right out of here. Let's see if we can raise this up. Okay. Hey, here are the chickens. Alright. Okay. And that's it. That's how you get that out of there. That's a lot easier than the John Deere that I got. You can hear the chickens. You hear that chicken. We're going to do a side trip since we're on the farm. There's that chicken. Let's just take a look here. Look at that. Fresh eggs. Okay. I'm going to get the vacuum cleaner. We're going to get this cleaned off. We're going to get this tipped upside down. Basically, I just want to check the blades. That's the only reason I'm taking this out. So I'm going to turn this off, get the vacuum, clean it up, and we'll come right back. Okay, looks like I am going to take these covers off just to get all the grass that's in there. So we'll come back. Okay, I took this one off. I don't know if you can see that in the camera. I took this one off. It's pretty dirty, so I think we'll go ahead and it's just a 5/16 nut driver. I think it's really metric, but. Back on. See, it's just the hole of the screws right there. They just tapped into it. So just be careful. You don't want to over tighten them. Obviously, you don't want to strip those out for sure. I don't think you really need to take these covers off very often. And then just line it back up with the holes. I'm almost thinking about getting a drill and drilling these back in with the nut driver, but I don't want to overdo it, over torque them, so and they go in pretty easy. So anyway, I'll get them back in and we'll come back. Okay, those are back on, everything's cleaned up. You also have a belt diagram already kind of in here. It's a little hard to see, but it's there. We're going to go ahead and tip this over. Taking care not to get the belts messed up, although it looks like it's kind of hard to do. I'm going to set this here. Hopefully I don't hit it with the camera. Okay, so these blades, I believe they have like a little concave right here. I think these are the, basically try to throw the stuff up into a bagger, but you can see these are all pretty chewed up, both sides here, pretty chewed up. This the same way. So I'm going to go ahead and take them off, hopefully, and get all this cleaned out. This does come with a little port that you hook your hose in, and then you just run water, and it's supposed to clean it up pretty good. But anyway, I'll get all this cleaned up. See if I can get these out. This is going to be a pain in the ass, probably. Anyway, I'll be back in a few minutes. Alrighty, so this is a 16 millimeter bolt. I got the 2x6 in here, hope you can see that, to stop the blade from spinning. And I had a feeling this was going to be this way. Okay. Alright, I have an impact socket. See if this can get it to loosen up. Oh, there goes a horse. Okay, that's also a negative. Alright, now we have to go to plan C, it looks like. Alright, we'll come back until I see if I can get this loosened up. Alright, we put some WD-40 on there. We'll let that soak for a little bit. And I do have an air ratchet, if that's what I need to get those out of there. So, you know, you just don't want to break anything. So, anyway, we'll let that soak, and we'll come back. Okay, so this is how I figured it out. Basically, this thing was tight. I ended up getting a impact socket. I had just to see if this would come loose. And okay, well, now let's see here. Because I just used this pipe and I got it to move. Let's roll this all the way over to here. Let's see what happens here. And I was using a 16 millimeter socket on there, and I guess 16 millimeter and 5/8 are the same, because that's what this is. Because I don't even make a 16 inch or a 16 millimeter impact socket. So I got this one loose. I'm going to take this blade off. I'm going to do one at a time. Let that one soak a little bit more. And take this one in, and we'll work on grinding down this edge if we can. Otherwise, we might just be replacing these. Be right back. Okay, these are pretty torn up. A lot of nicks in there. I'm going to get the grinder out. See if we can't straighten it up a little bit. And if not, while I got it off, I can run down and get some new blades. Anyway, we'll check it out. Alright, I don't know. Will this get me through one more season? Possibly. This one side doesn't look that bad. And grind it just a hair more. But I got it all the way taken apart. So I might just go down and get some new blades. I'll see if I can get that other one off, and we'll take a look at those. Well, these cleaned up a lot better than the other one. There's not as many nicks in this. So I got a lot of rocks, a lot of moles. I think I'm going to get one more year out of these. So I'm going to go ahead and put them back on, find out what the torque spec is for that bolt. I'm sure it's not ratchet and extension pole. So I'll look for that torque spec, and then I'll be right back. Okay. The the manual says 60 to 80 foot-pounds. I don't know if you can see that. We're gonna do 70 right in the middle. Let's see if we can get it. Never used this torque wrench. I've had it for, I don't know, I picked it up at, it was it's a sale. So we'll see here. Should be getting pretty close. Well, that's got to be close because there it goes. And do this one here. That's 70 foot-pounds, so now we just got to flip it back over and get it under. Alright, just a moment of truth. Get this thing flipped back over and back under there, and see if we can get that belt back on. You see my head there. Okay. Alright, so we got all the pins on. Now we got to try to walk that battery back in, or that belt back on. So, see what I can get underneath there. Maybe through the seat, I don't know. I'm going to come up with a plan, we'll come back. Alright, I don't know if you can see this or not, but I think we're going to have to try to tension this belt around the pulley. I almost had it on there. It's just a matter of muscling it, honestly. There we go. I don't know if you saw that or not, but it's on. Okay, so it was just muscling it around the pulley. That's it. Okay, let's go ahead and close this out. Okay, I went ahead and took it out for a spin. Everything seemed to work out fine. Seemed to cut. The blade stayed on. Belt's on. No squealing. No nothing like that. So I think we're going to call this a wrap on taking the mower deck out. It's really easy. And then taking the blades off, sharpening the blades, putting the blades back on. That wasn't as easy, as you can see. The book kind of tells you to remove the blades from underneath without taking the mower deck off. I don't know how that works out. They also tell you to balance the blades after you sharpen them. I don't have a balancer. I've never balanced blades before, so those are in pretty rough shape. I think we are definitely going to get new ones next year, but I think this will get us through this season. There are some other adjustments, but this thing seems to work the way I use it, so I'm not going to worry about it. There's some adjustments with these tires right here. There's one more hole in that bracket. You can lower it if you're going to cut, like, you know, under 2 inches. There's a grease fitting on this tire. I got a grease. the center linkage that's underneath here that we took off. There's some adjustments if it's not, you know, straight, but I've never messed with it, so I think that's good. So anyway, I'm going to call this a wrap on the mower deck removal, blade removal, blade sharpening. And so go ahead, like and subscribe if you got any information out of this that's helpful. If you have any comments, let me know. Appreciate it. Farm life.